Peace. What's happening, everybody? What's going on? It's Ali Taj Bey here on just renamed the channel to my company, Public America. I know a lot of people have a hard time pronouncing that one, but yeah, it's Republic of America. Just wanted to update the channel, helps people find me easier. And I think the other title was a little too long. Um, so just give me one moment. Let me just take care of something real quick. All right. Okay, I'm back, man. Um, just checked in on Facebook and saw that Bitcoin has just topped $24,000 per coin. Big news. Um, One of the things, though, I would not consider buying in at this point in time and getting Bitcoin. Um, it is a viable alternative to a revenue stream, income stream at this time. There's a lot of people that are living solely off of their Bitcoin investment. Peace, what's going on, bro? Um, yeah, so I definitely will wait for it to go a little lower. It typically tends to crash at times, and don't get alarmed. Most people see it falling because I was watching it one day, and I was invested, and I'm looking at the screen, and I had the little line that goes where the price is. And sometimes you'll see it go down a little bit, go low, and then it goes up, goes a little low. It was going up, and then it fell off a cliff, and it did a nosedive, and it went down like probably $3,000-4,000. Man, I was scared. So I made a dumb mistake. I pulled out and was looking for a good time to come back in. And every time I was coming back in, the news was saying stuff like that it's probably going to plummet some more and probably go down to like $8,000. This wasn't the case. It went down to, it might have hit 15 at some point. And it started at 19. It went down to about 15. And then it pulled back up. And now it's where you see it now. So it's at 24,000. So, yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, don't get nervous. Don't pull out, because even though it falls, as the saying goes, whatever goes down must come up. So it's going to return back, and usually it might make some additional gains. Like just now, it's at 24,000. Just take a look at it real quick. Not to say I don't believe it, but just to see where it's at. And even though it's at 24, it still may drop down a little bit. So I'll just take a look real quick. All right, I think I went by it. All right, so yeah, not even 24. So, and I think the screen is showing it backwards as well, but you can see the candles. So it went up. It might have hit 24 at one point and it dropped down. Not saying it's going to do a full free fall, but at times it can. Just from experience, I would say don't pull out. Just ride the wave, and you'll lose momentarily, but all those gains will come back up. Because what I was trying to do, and it's so hard to do, is find a buy-in point. So usually, if it's falling like that, and like I said, I don't advise it because it's hard to tell where the market is going. But say if it's at 23,000. It's at 23,000, right? And it started falling. You can pull out and wait till it falls further and buy back in. And that way you get more additional Bitcoin. You don't get a full coin, but you buy in with more, same money you had. But since the price decreased, buy back in with it. But it's kind of hard to do because you never know where it's going. And especially if you're not watching Bitcoin and you're doing other stuff, you're preoccupied and you meant to buy back in. One of the things with that, though, is, and I'm going to show you this. So this is so important. So I'll show you the screen, even though I know it's backwards, but I'm going to show you what you can actually do. So, so you will push order types right here. This is Robinhood, by the way. Push order types. So you got market, you got a market buy, you got a limit buy. So market, of course, would be any time between 9:30 and 4 p.m. That would be market time. So what you want to do is limit, because limit is at any time, and you're specifying a dollar amount by limit. So push limit. Now you set your limit price. So you can do a limit buy or sell like this. It's called a stop loss. So you put in the amount that you want to sell or buy at. You can trigger an automatic sell or buy. So let's say that if you're not invested in Bitcoin, um, but you want to buy in, you can literally set it up, program it, and it'll automatically buy in at that price that you set. So if you're expecting it to drop, and it drops a couple thousand, that's where you set it at. You can be asleep. This is on autopilot. When you wake up in the morning, it will say your order has been filled, and you'll be in and live on Bitcoin. You can do this with any stock as well. Same thing with sell. If you feel it's going to plummet, people who have a lot of money invested, like people like 50,000, 100,000, a couple 100,000, $1 million, people invested, they probably have those, that they're not going to let their money free fall, especially like if a company bottoms out or something, and they wake up in the morning to find out that their account is empty. So, so yeah, so you have the market price, and you have your limit price. You would set it. So let me see. I'm just gonna put anything. All right, so I just put in right there. It's a little bit lower, right? Then you hit the button, and then that is the amount of money that you want to make purchase. So you would put that in, and then you push until you get all the way through, and you can complete the sale, and you just swipe up. But I didn't mean to get on here about Bitcoin, but yeah, just wanted to talk to everybody. A lot of people have a lot of questions. People don't realize it, but I wake up in the morning, and immediately before I get into anything, because usually what I do is, like I said, I go check stocks. I check news from the market. I get notifications that are set up to see what's going to be happening in the market. What can I expect? What IPOs are going public? Different things. Who's filing bankruptcy? Who's has an earnings report? Because all of these things affect the stock market. I didn't know that before, but I've been doing studying and just listening and trying to figure it all out. So now I start to understand why stocks will fall or rise. There was one incident that I had, and I regret it. I want to kick myself so bad. But there was a stock. It's a petroleum stock. It's called Will. Its trading symbol is WLL. And I had saw that it was really, really, really cheap, because this is how I started buying stocks. Is I just was focusing on buying cheap stocks. That's not always the way you buy a stock. So this stock was really cheap, and I kept buying like loads of it. And I think at one time I had like 700, maybe 900 shares of it. And it was really cheap. Can't remember exactly the price, but um, even though it was cheap when I bought it, I think 90 cents, a dollar, something, maybe, whatever, it kept dropping. And I just sat there and just kept losing money. And I held it for a couple months, and I would sell it, then buy it again when it dropped, and then it would drop some more. So probably like 4 or 5 months went by. I was kind of like not feeling it no more. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to sell it. And when I sold it, someone posted on Facebook that that stock was going to boom, and they said, wait for it to drop, and they gave an entry point. So they said, when it gets this low, buy it. I literally was watching it, and it started dropping. I was like, wow, they were right. And the entry they gave, I think it says when it gets down to 33 cents, buy in. And when I looked at it, it was like 70 something cent. I said, all right, not yet. Looked up again, it was like 59 cents. I woke up the next morning, and I was checking the stock, and as I was scrolling down my watch list, this one, I forgot how much it increased. I think it was over 1,000% or something. It said 1,000% increase. And I went looked at it, and it was Will. And literally, from what I was invested, I probably would have came out with like 20 something $1,000 or more, just from holding 700 to 900 shares of this stock. And man, that one hurt. And then I did it again just recently. I forgot the name of the stock, but I wasn't holding a lot of this one. I just had a couple shares, and it went up like 513 percent when I woke up and I looked at it. And I just made a little bit of money on it because I wasn't invested, wasn't too sure of the stock, so I just had a few shares. So I wish I was invested like I was on the other stock. That would have been nice. But yeah, I guess I don't know. Not a lot of people watching at this time, and I really didn't have anything particular to talk about. But I know that, like I said, well, that's what I was getting at. Typically, when I wake up in the morning before I can check my stocks and do everything, there's a barrage of questions and just people answering questions. And sometimes, it's a distraction because I have client files to get to, I have other matters to tend to. Um, of course, you get up in the morning, you got to brush your teeth, get groomed, something to eat, all these things. And meanwhile, I'm playing ping pong with people in the messenger or emails. And the thing I don't mind is you have to respect is that I'm running a business. This is how I live my life, how I can afford to live and pay bills and stuff like that. So two questions that are very brief. Um, I don't mind it. Of course, I'm not going to charge you for that. But when it gets to, five, six, seven back and forth exchanges, and then the questions are getting more intense, you want more information, which is something that can't be done briefly. It's going to require time. I'm going to have to invest some time. And if I got to invest time, you have to invest money so that I can be compensated for my time. And at the end of the day, I got to pay internet, keep the internet on, I get the bills on. I got to do a lot of things. I'm using my printer, so I got to buy paper, I got to buy ink. Businesses have expenses that I have to be able to afford. And sometimes the moment that I mention, all right, let's set up a consultation, and everybody thinks like a consultation is some type of scam. It's not a scam, but if I want to be able to give you the best service possible, and I want to be able to dedicate your time knowing that I'm compensated for mine. As I say, okay, my electric bill will be paid. My internet will be paid. I'll be able to eat. I'll be able to grocery shop. I'll be able to put gas in the car. Um, all these things, I want to be comforted in that so that I can, oh, peace, bro. What's happening? I want to be comforted and to knowing that I can take care of my bills, but at the same time, give you high level information based off my own research, my own experiences, and help guide you the best way. What people don't realize is that everybody wants like more money in their life. They want more, I won't even say assets, but more luxury things. They want cars, they want clothes. Did you know that just by spending money with me, spending some time with me, and learning from me, some of the things that I can introduce you to, that, you know, it's just, it's not even in your realm of thinking. It hasn't become a blip on your screen yet. And just learning that could change your life. Just like how, like I said, a life pattern moving like this, right? Something, occurrences in our life that happen can take you to go to the left a little bit and then maybe to the right, um, and put you on a completely different path than where you would have been if you'd have kept on that straight course. So it's so hard for people to understand it's not a scam, it's called an investment. And you say, well, it's just information, it should be free. That is incorrect. No one's time should be free. That's like, if you can show me in writing where you went to your employer and said, I volunteer, work the rest of the year, no compensation. I'll work totally free. And then I'll respect your offer for me to work for you for free. It's not fair. It is damn near it's extortion. Like, you're saying some really bold stuff like, hey, like, you're mine, I own you, you're going to produce for me free of charge. And it's just not fair. It's not fair to expect so much for free and then catch an attitude and throw a tantrum like a child. Like I said, for me just to wake up off my pillow, there's already messages waiting for me for some people who have not even mentioned the word compensation. And you're going backward. And not even, like I said, I'm trying to brush my teeth. I'm trying to do other things. I'm trying to check my business emails, my clients who are paying me, check back on them, make sure I'm responding to them. Because, not saying that you don't count, but they count. They pay for a service. Why should I put you before them? Get in line, pay for the service, and get great information that's going to help you in some way. I know for a fact I'll change your life in some type of way. So, exactly. And one of the biggest things is, like, information is free or whatever. Or if you're for the people, why don't you do it for free? I was like, apparently you're not looking, because my YouTube channel is free. Nothing up here is costing. Everything on my Facebook is free. I'm not charging. So why is it that when I do want to be compensated, there's a problem? Because if you have something that's going to take a ton of my time, or you want me to go do some research for you, anywhere where researchers are, they charge. The Library of Congress, the National Archives in DC, they charge. There's a cost for them to go look up something, even for your birth certificate, vital records, researching time to go look for stuff. There's a charge to it. They're going to send you an invoice. What can you do about the state claiming to you owed them? It depends what the matter is. I don't know if you're talking about taxes or surcharges or fines. I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, so let me just see some. Put on a little bit of. All right, I just want to put on a little background music. That was a little loud. All right, I'm gonna go old school. 80s. All right, this is a little off topic. What trading app platform do you recommend? Currently, I use Robinhood. What is it? Fidelity. You have a Fidelity account for trading stocks. They don't do crypto. Coinbase. Some new one called Uphold. UPHOLD. Let me put that up in the chat. So for cat, it depends. If depends what state you're in. One thing, this is the only state I've ever found it, and not saying I've read every state's constitution, but in North Carolina, they actually have it in their constitution. It says that yeah, I forgot about Cash App. I guess I'm biased to them now. Not biased, but they threw me off their app. They said that I violated the user agreement or something, and they didn't even tell me how I did that or what I did. So got thrown out of Cash App. But yeah, Cash App is a good one. I used to go straight to Cash App every morning, log in, check my stocks, and check Bitcoin a little bit. Yeah, but North Carolina has it in there. Florida has it too, and that's because we're a no income tax state. So So Ameritrade, I have nothing against it. I don't have Ameritrade. I think I almost opened an account with them, but I try to limit how many accounts I'm opening up because I hear from dealing with people, they have money on apps or bank accounts that they totally forgot about. Like years have went by, they didn't realize it. So that's some of the mistakes you can use if you limit the amount of accounts you have. Kind of have a better idea of what you have going on. Um, so yeah, as far as the taxes, um, and the state taxes, I mean, you can try. There's negotiable instruments. You can try to ask for an assessment of the taxes. Certified should be under penalty of perjury. They're going to give you a lot of hell about it because for some reason, if they're claiming you owe a valid tax, when you ask for a penalty of perjury or a certified assessment, it's a big problem. They don't want to do it. And they're like, oh, if you don't pay it, we're going to turn this off or we're going to arrest you or blah, blah, blah. But that's not the issue. The issue is you're claiming that I owe you something without offering proof of claim. So proof of claim is a big form. They have proof of claim form. The IRS has its own. It's used in bankruptcy court. And this was something that I learned in UCCs. In order to settle a debt, either the person can pay it to remove the lien, or they can present to the Secretary of State a I think it's a basically a notarized, or is it notarized? But it's an affidavit of proof, something, or that they paid the debt already. They have to swear by affidavit that they've already paid it. So that's one of the ways. So basically, affidavit out, affidavit in. So taxes. Peace. What's going on, Empress? Says we need to talk because my state is not trying to send me info on the supposed debt against me. That's when you got to use administrative process and you got to default them on it. Just like they do with us. If you notice, sometimes they'll inform you of something, and then you'll get another notice from them, and you open it up, and it's the same exact notice. And then you open up another one, same exact notice. And what they were doing was defaulting you and giving you the opportunity to dispute the validity of the debt. So, it's not a special process. It's just for them. Administrative process can be used by anybody. So you have to do that too. Send it by certified mail. Keep records, and also keep a copy of what they send you as well as what you send them. Because a lot of people don't keep records. You have to be your own bookkeeper. Let me see. Don't mind me. I'm just trying to get a little music going. Out of the mercy of Allah and the law written in our nature, we call an individual into existence. All right, so it's like 13 of us in here. So, what is the questions, everybody? This is a Q&A. Like I said, I really didn't have a topic today. And, I've been looking forward to being able to go live from my YouTube channel. That moment has finally arrived. So I'm like, why am I not here addressing the people? It says switching got makes on it. I'm not sure what you mean that the makes. Yeah, so questions. Because like I said, I wake up to them every morning. It's either email or it's like messenger. And it's sometimes it's new people, or sometimes it's somebody who goes to the filter box. I go over to the filter box. There's like 20 people in queue with questions, and I feel bad because I look. Sometimes it's like a month ago, 2 months. Sometimes it's last year. It says, "What can you do about overdrafts?" There, there is basically banking laws that govern when they can charge you for overdrafts and the dollar amount that they can charge you. One of them, I think they rescinded because I tried to look for it, but it said that in order for them to overdraft you, like say if you use your card for 98 cents or $1.22 and got a whole $36 fee, they limited it to it must be at least $5. Excuse me. So I tried to use that a little while back at the bank, and apparently that one has changed. I went to look for it, I couldn't even find it. So banking regulations change daily. So that's one thing you could do about them is you got to do the research, look up overdraft laws. And banks don't have their own. Sometimes they try to tell you, well, we have our own internal, and that's not true because all banks are regulated. Um, that is a maxim that I've heard, but that's the only way it's ever presented to us is in numbers. So something like that, that's more of a thing you would have to fight in court, and you would have to have court case where courts have already ruled in that favor. Because I think that the so-called Black Wall Street were Cherokee Nation, it was Tulsa, Oklahoma. Cherokee Nation is in Oklahoma. I definitely think that. I think a lot of our ancestors knew exactly who they were. Um, and people try to look at like a map from today to kind of figure out or govern what was happening back then, but you have to get a map from that time and look at it. And different places were called different times, and you have to look at when different states came into the union. And yes, there's try to see how I can share it with you. Um, all right. Look up this right here. And this is showing where they said they took the government from us. So it's all right. So look that up right there. When you Google that, it should come up. Um, because I think that's something else I missed. What's the difference between nationality and status? I know it's a remedial question, but I'm new though. um, nationality and status is almost one and the same. Nationality is denoted from a nation. So, of course, a nation is a state. A state is a country. So this is where nationality comes from. It doesn't come from your federal government. Trying to think which one it was again. Is it? I think it's 8. Let me make sure. I think this is it. Make sure I just got the right thing I'm giving you. I think, is it 13 or 21? I'm going to give you the code for this, so just bear with me. Okay, I was right. And where's that? All right. Let me see. So base heads, I put it in the thing. I was trying to tag you, see if this works like Facebook. I couldn't tag you. Um, see, the president is having such a hard time getting remedy. What do you think our chances are? That's not true. The president is getting tons of remedy. De nada. Um, all right, so donate to this brother. He is honorable in his deeds and is doing good works. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Definitely honorable, man. Definitely worthy of my hire, man. I don't know what it is. People been going to war um, with people for trying to just earn a living, like in this rough time right here, man. This people are out of work, everything, and I have a business um, where set up a couple of businesses and just trying to make money and try to help people in exchange. So that I mean, they just don't realize how beneficial having information that could put you years ahead. How much it benefits you versus how you'll freely invest money in, going out to dinner, a couple bottles, just so you can take pictures or put it on your stories on your social media, so people are like, "Whoa, they got bottles." But what is it doing for the quality of your life? How is it changing it? How is it making the quality of your life better? So it says, have you read the Federal Emergency Relief Act of 1933? Yes, I have. I don't remember if I read it in its entirety, but yeah, a lot of those I have. I've even gotten certified copies from either the Library of Congress or National Archives. It says I've seen a couple methods from take care of debts: $1 money order or $25 money order amount, depending on state. Um, there's some truth to that. The thing is, I don't think it's I think a lot of people hate confrontation, and that $1 money order method is definitely not a non-confrontational matter. I've had to take things to court myself using the satisfaction in accord method because I did find the case law for it. But one thing you have to realize is these treasonous public officials, to protect the bankruptcy and all that's going on, they will deny you, no problem. You can straight come in there correct and have all your stuff lined up and still get hit over the head and knocked back. Kind of like the dude on the Christmas Story. They got mushed back down the slide. They have no problem doing that. And it doesn't mean that what you did doesn't work or wasn't correct. It's that, they protecting this by any means necessary. Um, it says all people of color Moors. Yeah, and the thing about it is many of them have been confused. They believe that the Moors were the one that sold them out. So I'm like, how could you hate the Moors but still love the people that they sold you out to? If you're saying that the Moors sold you over to them and put you under their custody, so why do you love them? Why do you take pride in wearing all things European, all things foreign? Polo, Versace, all these names, some of the stuff you can't even spell or pronounce. You love it, but you hate Moors. So it doesn't make sense, man. Um, it says, just try the amount of money that I think you. What is the bank info is signed with no recourse like they say they have? If you're saying that they signed the contract with no recourse, yeah, no recourse is really powerful. What that does is saying that they're done. No recourse means no liability, and that's how most of our contracts. I know most of the whatchamacallits are. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, the mortgages too. If you look at the mortgages, look at the stamp on the note signed without recourse. The um, retail finance statement agreements from when you buy a car are signed or assigned without recourse. It says always getting remedy for most people don't have the fiat to go from civil to state to federal to Supreme Court for remedy. Yeah, definitely not. That's what I'm saying. People think this is some old easy stuff. Like I send this in and they send it back and everything's cool. If it was that easy, like all of us would be getting remedy. The customer signed no recourse from the get-go. Oh, you said the customer. Yeah, the customer, you just have to enforce it. It's not something that they bend over and fold over and just say, okay, you know, a lot of the fight I think comes from on the lower levels when you're dealing with like the people on the sales floor or something. Most of them have no clue what you're talking about. Then you're going to get to some of the supervisors and managers who have maybe an ideal or an inkling of what you're talking about, but they're still not going to lose their job for doing something like that. So they're just going to enforce it and lie to you. And sometimes that's the wrong place to deal with it. It's not at the car dealership. You're going to have to get that debt in place first and then handle it some other way, maybe through tax filings or different things a certain way. Um, yes, I am. That is a service that my company offers. We can help you with it. Again, as I said at the top of this, no one's out here working for free. There's no way I could spend 7, 8 hours helping everybody and typing up paperwork and doing all this stuff for free. It is out of the question. I'm here right now for free. I didn't ask anybody for a dime, but to help you, to help your life and then to enrich your life, make your life better, it will cost you. It's not going to cost you. I'm not going to be able to buy a brand new car off of what I'm going to charge you, but it will be fair compensation expected, and I can help you with that. If it's beneficial to you, invest in it. It says yes to so-called peons lower level. Yep. Oh, all the car dealers know, not just higher end. They all know, just not like the saying, there's a buffer. You wouldn't get someone, bring them in, train them to sell cars, and tell them the whole layout. They're really honestly and sincerely. So as you're saying this to them and you're mad at them and they're in their face trying to stay in character because they can't explode on you and they have to listen to you. And usually what they do is just go get a supervisor and the supervisor knows, but he wants to keep selling them cars. He's getting bonuses for selling this amount of cars. So um oh, it's all good. Yeah. But yeah, I can help you. Like I said, reach out, get in contact with me, and we can put it together. And I can. I mean, it's a little tight for the end of the year. I don't know if passport agencies are going to be closing and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely. I got a couple people expected this year to get with me so we can get these passports in and out before the year clocks out. But if not, definitely next year. How can you operate a notary public business and still be private? Um, I would say just basically do it. When you have your status corrected, like I'm a notary public, so basically it says I am under the governor's office. Is it the governor? Yeah, the governor of the state, and I am in the executive office. Basically, that would make a notary public higher than a judge because a judge only has jurisdiction in his office that he holds is in the county, um, and he's not yeah, I guess I wouldn't call him a state judge because he's a county judge. Um, then you have your federal judges in district court, and they still aren't in the executive office. They're in with judicial, basically. Definitely want more on the passport info. Man, let's get together. Let's do it. It's not more about info, but it's like just executing the process. I'm here to execute the process. I can give you a brief intro into it when we'll do a consultation, but I'm here to do it, execute it. Like I said, compensation comes one way, information and remedy comes the other way. So yeah, I just want to help you get together, fill that out, get your passport, and help you move a different way. And once you get that passport, man, life is beautiful. You know, Someone said this. I was watching a video yesterday about the passport. If only all of us could have had this years ago. If I could have had this in my 20s, I'd have been living a whole different life right now. a whole different life. A lot of years got thrown away, a lot of mistakes made. But if I would have had that then, wow. So now I got it where I'm not into doing the stuff that I used to do. And not saying it's not helpful. It is, but it would have saved me a lot of headache in life. I appreciate that. Yeah, because I'm make sure you get what's coming to you, but I just want to make sure I got the time and the mind comfort to know that all right, boom, this is rent, that's bills, that's put to the side. All right, got grocery money, and I'm good, and I can focus on you and getting you right. Master title deed. Probably briefly on that. Crypto, briefly. It's a different, isn't the word? Yeah. I also need to execute the passport process. Vivi, get with me. As someone said on the post, and I think you probably already know because we're on Facebook together. I'm honorable, even though people are uncomfortable sending money back and forth to the internet to strangers. We do it every day. You call in to pay your bills, they pick up and say, "Okay, how can I help you today? I'd like to make a payment." All right, I can help you with that. You give socials, you give date of birth, addresses, the dog's name, and your credit card number and the CVV code on the back without blinking, without hesitation. But yeah, I'm honorable too, man. Like I'm set up, and that's one of the reasons why I changed the name of the YouTube page because I wanted to match my business so that people can see that you're dealing with a reputable business, and that you can find me. Like I'm not hiding or anywhere. There's addresses out there for the office, the name of the business. I'm a notary public, so I'm definitely out there. I have a bond. I'm bonded, so if I do anything in bad dealings or dirty hands, you know, you can make a claim against my bond, and that I got to pay that back. So I'm out here dealing honorable, man. People have to trust me with their social security number, so I have all this information just like any other business. Like I said, you call into them and you give them everything, the whole rundown. What's your social? You give it to them. Date of birth, you give it to them. So same thing is expected here, and I'm going to deal with your information and protect it. Um, it says I would like to do a consultation with you. Should I send my email? Um, John, I'm going to throw. I got to learn how to work this chat a little better, but I don't even see little things where I can pin it. But I'm gonna put my email in, and I want you to know, like a heads up, like I said, I have a couple clients that I'm working on right now, like usually not like small things, like it's real time and detail that I have to work with. So we can do a consultation probably this week coming up. Um, let me see. It's probably gonna be a little hard to find me on Facebook because when you search my name, um, and I don't remember if it was like this when I first had my name, but it's a ton of them. So I'll do like this, it's gonna be like a needle in a haystack, but if it's easy, whatever. So John, this is my Facebook, and my profile picture is Iron Man. So if you can find it, send me a request. But like I said, yeah, I'm not hiding. I'm easily found. I'm on my Facebook all day. Um, and let me see. Peace. What's going on, Brian? Okay, Viv's in Florida. So I was cleaning my email and came on YouTube, and here you are. Yeah, man, I'm here. Like I said, I'm around. Not hide from nobody. I don't owe people money. I don't take people's money and not do what I say I'm going to do. It was crack. I saw your vid on the state EIN. Is it necessary to file bankruptcy? Yeah, you're gonna have to file when you get that EIN, you're obligated to file a 1041. And when you do that, that's when you want to do your 1099 processes and your 1040 V. your voucher, and you want to send those in with your coupons from your statements. So that is exactly correct. When you get that EIN number, when it comes back, it will actually tell you and give you a date that you must file your 1041. The case number on there is not an actual bankruptcy case number. It's going to be your state file number from your certificate of live birth. I don't believe it's that information is on the birth certificate. It has to come from the certificate of live birth that has a state file number on it. Put that state file number in when you're getting this EIN, it's going to ask for the bankruptcy case number. Put in the state file number because the state file number is actually a bankrupt entity that's operating in a bankrupt system. So you make it you make the bankruptcy estate EIN, and it's like a trust as well because it makes you the trustee, which puts you in the right place. Okay, so you found it. So it wasn't that hard, yeah. Um, so yeah, I just shared that video today. Actually, you said you were watching it. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I was going to put it up or not because in order to go all the way through and do the whole video, I would have to put in social security number. So I'm going to be like releasing that in the public for people to watch. So I completed the pure and clean way. All right. So who else has asked questions? Trying to keep this thing moving a little bit. It says got it. I have my 9-8 as the executor. Yeah. It used to be easier. I remember getting my EIN like probably like 5 years ago, maybe more, where it says, is this company owned by another company? And you can tie them together where typically you have to file, I think it's an 8822 form. I might be wrong on the number and mail that in. And that would bring the two companies together. But they had it where you could do it right online. And I was like, why is Jonah teaching us to do this way when it's right here? So me and my one of my partners, we were doing it just like that. And when I'm doing it now, I don't see that option anymore. So we send our paperwork to. Um, that is a good question. It's because it's so many of them. I have it somewhere. It's in the email in here that somebody sent me like well, probably multiple times, but a long time ago. I have it. I don't have it right at the moment. Yeah, the 8832. Yeah, so it used to be so simple. You do it online and it would be in their records tied when they see that number, they just knew that the number belonged to the trust, so you could attach your trust to your estate. Yeah, now you have to do it paperwork way, snail mail. Um, Also, I'm still trying to get the someone was just telling me about this, but I think it's the TCC number. Is that what it is? Yeah, the TCC number at yeah, I was trying to get a hold of that, but they keep saying that the site is down. Missed the deadline? What deadline? I was just where can you make a donation at right now? The only payment I have up right now, and I'll put my email again. It's the same email that I just posted. It's at paypal.com, and this is the email. And you can also send through that email to Google Pay. So I have my Google Pay up. I think I just got back into my Venmo, but I don't know what am I supposed to give for you to get in uh, to Venmo me. Oh, okay. Guess that might be it. So this is also my Venmo. I was going to say that, and being that this is also a video, I can do that. So I can put my, I don't know if it works like that, but yeah, that'd be cool if you can put your phone up to this and scan it and it worked. I don't know. Interesting. It says I'm still waiting on tax return from 2019. IRS is all messed up. Yeah, they're going through I don't know if I want to say reorganization, but something just passed in banking from the what's it called? I forgot what it's called. The Office of the Comptroller. They just issued a letter ruling on banking where they're supposed to be flipping over to the digital dollar, and they passed something about the digital wallet. So um, everybody might want to get ahead of that curve and get yourself onto a digital wallet of some sort, because that's where you're going to be required to hold all your money. Um, so definitely right there. That's I think that's Apple Wallet. So that's a wallet. I got eToro. That's a wallet. So I don't know, the light's kind of. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, there's many wallet platforms. I strongly suggest getting your money into a wallet. It says all the banks out in Rancho Cucamonga have shut down before Rona. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I just suggested a couple of them, Viviana. Um, eToro, Coinbase. What was the other one? Of course, if you're Apple, you have Google Wallet. If you're Samsung, you have Samsung. What was the thing I was just saying? A hardware wallet? I don't. I don't know what a hardware wallet is. Is that something where like I keep my hammer or something like that? It says we're going to Venezuela. Man, send me a ticket or something. Isn't Cash App? Yes, it is. It is, but Cash App is a little shaky, man. They do some things. Cash App and PayPal. PayPal has just made it where you can hold, buy, and sell crypto. Well, they said Bitcoin. I don't know if it's all crypto, but they definitely said Bitcoin. I don't know if that's taken effect yet because I logged into my PayPal and I was trying to figure out how to buy crypto, and I couldn't find it. So I don't know if it's it says it was passed, but I don't know if it's in effect yet. So so hardware. So it's a ledger. So I think all uh, wallets are actually ledgers because they're holding debits and credits. Um, both had economy crashes. Yeah, actually, I'm going to show you this, and I know that so this is what I found because um, I don't have a whole lot of money invested into this stock, but I got up this morning and before I could see that red banner right there that says trading halted, which is crazy because it's the weekend. The market's not even open. And that wasn't there when the market closed. So I looked in and it said a decrease by 100%. I was like, wait a minute, you mean I lost my total investment? But yeah, something's weird is going on. Um, this isn't a wallet or anything. This is just what is this? It's it's CNBC. Yeah, it's just CNBC. This is where I get all my I have my notifications set so I get all the news and different stuff like that. It's not holding anything. It's just how I look at the market, and that's just my watch list. Um Unless you were asking about the stock. The stock is what's that? Cleaver leaves? It changed its name because I was looking in my other I was looking at Robinhood and I was scrolling down and I seen that it said Cleaver Leaves. I was like, what the hell is that? I never bought that. So clicked and looked at it. When I found this, the stock, yeah, the stock is called Samal. Let me see. This is the trading symbol. This is so no banks. Yeah, banks, and it's gonna be hard for people to do this because that's called a run on the bank. But I heard that people who just have their money stored up in the banks are going to be in for a big surprise. Um, you're welcome. So everybody rushing to the bank to take money out is a run on the bank, and it will definitely close the bank or stop you from taking withdrawals. And they've changed the rules. I think at some point they would limit you to just taking $5,000. If you needed more, you had to actually call ahead and order it from the bank, and they would get it to you within a week. Um, So a lot of things going on from banks to make sure that you can't do a run on the bank because what those of us who are here right here on this live know already is that about 90 something percent of money is in a digital form. You know, they don't have that much cash. The cash that people are saying that they owe on debts or that um, you know, the housing bubble is about the housing debt is like what something trillion. They don't have all that money. The debt that they say we're in, I haven't even checked the debt calendar or clock yet. But I know it was like $10 trillion before. Let me just look at it. Um, so I was trying to see. I don't see anything current because that's from December 2019. So it says America's debt load is nearing 10 trillion. So um, by law, I found something that said that they weren't supposed to issue more than a certain amount of money. I don't know if it was 500, 500 million or something is all they were allowed to print to be in circulation at one time. So how the hell do we get 10 trillion in debt? Um, you know, you have the student loan bubble that is full of like debt. There's no way we can owe all that because there's not that much money in existence. Same with the housing, all that. She ran off on the plug twice. Jane Fonda did it too. Wells Fargo on TV. She was smart. Iceland and Venezuela, both successful. Iceland was able to arrest the bankers and redo their money. I think that's what Trump was trying to do. I know a lot of people talk about Trump and people just go crazy and lose their mind and that big racist this and that. And I'm like, probably the person you work for, the company you work for is probably racist as fuck. You probably never know because you never see them. And probably might not ever see him acting racist. So to say that I don't like Trump because he's racist, he says this and that, you'd be surprised at the shit that people say about you. Um, but you still got to listen. You can always listen and learn from. If you're emotional and you close yourself off, you won't listen or learn anything. And the one thing that he's got over you, the man's a billionaire. So why wouldn't you want to just, I'm not listening to anything he says because he's a racist. We still training our sons to be football players, basketball players, baseball players, and athletes so they can get into the league and play for a racist owner. We're still trying to get into the music industry. It's ran by rich racists. And I don't even want to say the J word because they might shut down or pull this video down. So, but you know where I'm going with it. So um, you're going to deal with that either way. So if you have 500K, where would you hold it? If I had 500K right now, no lie, I would probably, and I think there's a limit on how much you can buy a day, but that would be smacked down in some crypto, some Bitcoin and stuff, because that 500 could easily turn into a million or a million five easy. He isn't a part of the Masonic circle. That's why he isn't in. Also, he's doing is running a corporation. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't agree with the whole thing that he's not Masonic because there's no way he could be a president and not be Masonic. Because there's a lot of things that he does, especially when he's sitting or he's talking, is with his hand. So it's right here. So that's why I was saying I wouldn't go that far because he's always doing that. He's always and to this one, he's always going that. Let me see. I'm trying to find a couple more for you. There we go. He's always doing this when he talks. That right there. Let me see if I could. That's what he's always doing. He's always when he talks, he's always and that's Masonic. Um so yeah, he's very Masonic. You're not gonna be a president and not be Masonic. Um it says if you have 5 million, where would you hold it? Ask my educator the same other day. But I don't like that. Let me see. Um, all right, so I'm trying to get. All right, so here it is right here. For those of you who are on my Facebook, I'm gonna share this on Facebook. So I'm about to share this right now, and then I'm gonna try to show you. But someone invested 115 million Bitcoin investment, and I'm like, how do you do that? Because not saying the only platform, maybe they had a broker or somebody do it for them. Because I know in what is it? Robinhood, I think you're capped at only 10,000 a day you can invest in Bitcoin. I think Cash App is the same way. So I'm like, how are they spending that much money on Bitcoin? And plus Bitcoin, just like the US dollar, it's supposed to be capped at how many Bitcoins can be in circulation. So I'm like, how are so many people buying this much? Because let me see how much Bitcoin. All right, because it's supposed to be capped. Um, all right, so that's what I'm trying to say. So I have it right here. I'm about to read it because yeah, it's probably can't see the screen. So it says there are currently 18,571,850 Bitcoins in existence. Oh, but it says this number changes about every 10 minutes when new blocks are mined. Right now, each new block adds 6.25 Bitcoins into circulation. So that's how it's increasing. I thought it was like at a fixed number. So I'm like, how are people still buying so much Bitcoin? All right, so it makes sense. And that is the current Bitcoin amount right there. It's a backdoor for them. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. It's something that they're speaking to brokers or something. So we Chinese now. Yeah, I would definitely put it in the crypto because I'm glad this video is going to be up and it's going to be time dated, but we're going to be looking at it and people are going to be looking at that and saying, damn, I wish I would have bought it at that because it's probably going to be 30,000, 50,000 65,000 per Bitcoin. And people are going to be kicking themselves that they didn't buy it when it was here. But just imagine when Bitcoin was 8,000, 7,000, 6,000, 5,000 a coin. Some people, because we didn't get wind of it, bought Bitcoin when it was like 50 cent per Bitcoin. And that's why uh, I don't want you guys to be that person. So right now, XRP is 50 something cents per coin. Where is that? It's 57 cent. 57 cent per coin. So I'm giving you this information right now today. What you do with it is up to you. But what people, and I think this should be gone, but what people want to do is say, well, I don't know what crypto is. I don't really trust it. It might not be secure. And they'd be like, I'm going to put $30 in it, or I'm going to just buy $50 worth. People, when Bitcoin was 50 something cents a coin like this, they were putting in like $10,000. And I'm not saying that everybody here on this has $10,000. Not what I'm saying, but I'm trying to show you how they were taking it versus how we were taking it. We're like, all right, XRP's, 57 cents a coin, 57 cents is not a lot. And you just be like, well, all right, I'll buy $20. Let me see what happens. You're going to be mad when one day you wake up and it says big XRP is now $3 a coin. Look at the come up on that. So this is something, like I said, if you don't have a lot of money and you buy $20 now and that's all you have, I would keep returning to it every month. Just keep putting something in, keep putting something in, keep putting something in. Next thing you know, it'll grow. And when it pops, and when Bitcoin is looking at like $1,000 a coin, and you got like 600, 700, 500,000, 2,000 coins, needless to say, what's going to happen? So I don't want you guys to miss out. So sending my little links out in vain. So you have to keep telling people, just learn about it then. You keep buying at the dips. It's dope. Yay. That part. But when it's 57 cents a coin right now, man, I wouldn't even be waiting on dips. Just pack it in, just keep putting it in. It's a lot better there than it is in a bank. The bank is getting, point 0.0005 or not even 0.003, 0.001 or 2% interest per year, which is nothing. It ain't even going to move. When you can be getting returns like this on a daily. Something to think about. But I realized two things. I am starving, and it's 2:30 in the afternoon, and I've been on here for an hour. So I'm about to get off. I really thought, I think we had fun. We answered some questions that may help somebody. And a couple people on here may get their passports done. That'd be beautiful if they did. Help get somebody else the freedom they deserve that we're supposed to have anyway. So yeah, emails there. If you guys want to contact me, want a consultation, need to talk about anything, I can help you. And like I said, because I've experienced a lot of this stuff, have about 6-7 years studying and understanding this and applying this in the courts and different stuff. So car dealerships, I went through getting my car repoed. That's how much I believed in this. I went into maxing out like 2 credit cards because that's how much I believed in this. Like, you really have to go all in. If you're not willing to sacrifice, risk, or lose anything, you're not going to learn anything in this playing it safe. You got to be willing to go all in. So I'm out. Again, new name for the channel. Should be a little easier to find. And also, this is going to help my visibility when people are searching for my company, because they're going to see the YouTube page, they're going to see my business registrations. So all of that stuff will come up. So hopefully it builds better trust, relationships. So peace to everybody. Thanks for coming, showing on the live stream, and hope you catch it when it posts. Peace.